showcase tonight. And so I'm going to introduce one of our new speakers to y'all in just a moment. So make sure you make your last minute text messages. Somebody go ahead and text the leadership groups and let everybody know we're getting ready to start. Let them know all the money is on the phone. And go ahead and send all your reminder texts to all your prospects, people who need solar, want solar, people who need water, want water, right? People who need to feel more secure about their situation. Make sure you go ahead and make those text messages and get them on here. And also, I know Mr. Australia has put us live in Facebook as well. And so if you're out there in Facebook land, go ahead and take a moment to text or tag all of your partners in this presentation as well, so they can go back and they can watch this at a later time if they're not able to make it tonight. And so got 60 more seconds and we'll go ahead and get started. But if you haven't stated, your name and where you're calling from, let us know. Go ahead and let us know where you're calling from.
Sarah.
Sarah is in the building.
Johnny Cordova from Orange County, California.
Recording in progress.
Welcome to the call.
Marvin from Maryland.
Hey, Marvin, welcome to the call.
Hey.
Brian Frazier from San Antonio.
This Raphael from San Antonio's in the house. Marvin, you like you getting ready for Halloween. It's kind of dark over there. You get ready to sneak up on somebody out there. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm Brian Frazier in Waxahachie, Texas.
Hey, Brian, welcome to the call. Glad to have you on board.
James up here in Connecticut.
Hey, James, welcome to the call. Connecticut building.
Shannon down in Tampa.
Who was from Tampa? Who was that?
I'm from Chicago and Tampa. Right now I'm down in Tampa, so.
Okay. Now you dual citizenship in 2 states. Yeah. Welcome to the call, Shannon.
Great evening, Mr. Bean, Carla in Maryland.
Hey, Carla, welcome. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, this is Kerry Banks from Houston.
Kerry Banks in my backyard. Welcome to the call.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
this is Jerry checking in from Houston.
He heard Houston. I wonder when Jerry was going to say something. Welcome to the call. All right. Now they got some
Roy here from St. Louis.
Who's that?
Leroy from St. Louis.
Roy from St. Louis. Fabian from Chi-Town is in the building. Jonathan Franco is in the house. Brand new Papa. Welcome to the call. All right, guys. And so what we're going to do right now is go ahead and get this show on the road. If you can, do us all a big favor and go ahead and mute your lines out for us. And want to make sure we have one speaker only. Want to make sure that we put everybody in a position where they can receive. We don't want to interrupt the speaker or interrupt anybody with information that may be life-changing. And so, again, get yourself in a nice, quiet spot. If you are driving, it's going to Facebook, so don't hurt yourself trying to take notes unless you pull over. All right? But what I like to do right now, guys, is really give you guys an introduction to a woman I've been knowing for a long time. We've done business in different groups and different companies before, and I've seen her grow over the years into a powerhouse of an entrepreneur, an author, one who's made multiple six figures in different deals. And when you talk about a person that people they love being around because their energy is just off the charts. Talking about a radiant personality. I want to introduce you guys to my partner for tonight, my colleague, none other than P. Coffee Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Bean. I'm super honored and excited to be in the building with everybody on tonight. Listen, this is going to be a fantastic time together. So make sure you have a pen and paper like Mr. Bean indicated, and so you can take some copious notes on tonight because what we're getting ready to share, it can literally change and transform not only your address, but your actual destiny when it comes to your positioning with yourself and your family. So we're not going to prolong the time any further. We're going to get right to the magic, to the manifestation, and to the money. But I do have to yield for just a moment to thank Mr. Bean for the years that he and his wife have invested in my success. I'm honored to stand alongside him after all this time. I always wanted to be directly connected to him. And I remember having that conversation with him. He said, "You ready?" I was like, "Ready for what?" He said, "I got a treat for you." And when I saw the information, I got started immediately, and it's been uphill ever since. So thank you, Mr. Bean. Super honored to be next and beside you and your amazing family. So listen, guys, we are a high ticket sales brokerage with 4 high ticket verticals, each having some huge income earning potential. But before we share anything with you, we cannot guarantee how much income you earn. That's going to be based on your energy, your efforts, and what you do with the information that we're getting ready to share with you on tonight. So why build a business? I'm glad you asked. Nobody's coming to rescue us. Entrepreneurialism used to be a should, now it's mandatory. There used to be a time where people used to speak in entrepreneurialism as something afar off. Now, today, on average, the average household has a supplemental income coming from somewhere outside of their traditional business. Current financial situation, the debt crisis is beyond ignorant right now. Layoffs, inflation, higher taxes, high interest rates, bankruptcy has been on the rise since the ensue of the pandemic, higher than it's ever been in the history of our nation. We're also dealing with recession, and we're also dealing with crazy displacement. Some people are being laid off or furloughed indefinitely, not knowing if they're going to be able to go back or not. I'll say this really quick. Amazon is getting ready to position 250,000 people for the holidays, only to lay them off immediately following the holidays because of the influx that they're going to have during this time period. They're bringing on hundreds of thousands of humanoids only to send them back home after they give all they can for the Amazon calls. So listen, we live in the age of the gig economy. Uber, Etsy, Airbnb, and Shopify are phenomenal ways to generate income, but this is active income, meaning that you have to participate in order for it to keep growing. Unfortunately, with that idea in mind, it is going to be a challenge. If you're working a traditional 9 to 5, nobody wants to get off and go do Uber, build an Etsy store, have to deal with somebody tearing up your home in the Airbnb, or dealing with the hassle of the fees that Shopify has. Now, again, that's phenomenal ways to generate some income, but you're only going to get a percentage of your efforts, and it is not residual. And if it is, it's a minimal amount of residual income because of the low ticket sales items. What to look for in a business opportunity? I'm glad that you asked. Industries with big target markets and low market penetration. What that means to you and I is simply this. It means that there has to be a huge margin for you to be able to participate to actually grow with that particular business. We are literally under 5% saturated, means that we have 95+% opportunity to win with this industry. Essential goods and services like gas, electricity, and water are the essentials that individuals need in order to be able to take care of themselves and their families. So that's something that you have to have. It is not optional. Industries that will thrive in a good or bad economy. Listen, if I'm able to do something right now to be able to take care of my family in the future, regardless of the economy, would you not want to position yourself to be able to do that? So we have 4 high ticket items, as I indicated previously. One is our flagship product. It is solar. The next is home securities. Once you have your solar installed, you definitely want to make sure that your assets are protected. Rain is our water filtration division, and also the smart money club. Now, with the solar, the actual solar yields a significant amount of revenue, upwards of $10,000 in commission. We'll share more with you on that when Dr. VP himself comes on board, Mr. Samuel Bean, to share that with you. ADT, $500 to $700 on commission. Rain H2O, $1,000 to $2,100 on commission. And the Smart Money Club is where you will learn how to take the money that you earn here and keep it. In another business that I was in, I did exceptionally well. My team did about $25,000 to $30,000 a month in sales. However, I do not have one dime of those resources to show for it, because what did I do? I used all the money that I received during that time. Ignorance is not bliss, it is costly. Now that I know better, I choose to make much better choices. So let's talk about solar. Solar is an amazing product, which a lot of people are oblivious to in our nation, but we're here to educate them, inform them, and then get those panels on their roofs. So the sizing and timing of this opportunity is paramount. It's 130 million homes in the United States currently, and several being built as we speak. As a matter of fact, as I was driving home, I live in a suburban area of Houston, Texas. As I was commuting to my property, I happened to notice there's another subdivision that is breaking ground around the corner from me. So what am I going to do? I'm going over there to have a chit chat with the builder. 90 million are eligible for solar, and approximately 5 million have taken advantage of this fantastic opportunity. 85 million homes are still eligible and without solar. So what does that mean to me and you, ladies and gentlemen? That means that it's an opportunity for you to be able to position yourself and your family for some generational wealth. Why solar for consumers? I'm glad you asked. You can save up to 50% on your energy costs, eliminating them completely over time. Zero down with several different financing options. Blackout protection. Listen, I live in Texas. It is mandatory, not optional, to have blackout protection. We have inclement weather on a consistent basis here in this particular region. And sometimes when those storms pass through our region, we find ourselves in a dark place for several days. CenterPoint Energy is an energy company that's used here, and they are in trouble currently for how they handled all of the residents here during the time of this last blackout. But you can check that out in your news. Tax credits, you can receive up to 30% in tax breaks from the government. Immediate increase in home value. Let me explain what that means to you. Whenever you have a home that has solar, what's going to happen is that bill is going to eliminate over time. That is an immediate increase in value. Why? Because the owners of that property will find themselves without an electric bill over time because of those solar panels. Also, there's a clean energy. We want to lower our carbon footprint. Our earth is having some challenges. We all heard about the ozone layer, right? So we want to be individuals that are green conscious and helping to make sure that we do our best to save our amazing planet. In 2022, somebody went solar every 44 seconds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a legitimate career opportunity, whether you're doing it fast, slow, part-time, full-time. This is something that you can add to your financial portfolio that will add value to you and your family for many, many years to come. We do most of our business online doing virtual sales, which is also fantastic because you do not have to leave the comfort of your home. You can actually do something similar to what you see us doing right now via Zoom, Google Meets, Meet, however you want to do it in the virtual space, and a solar professional will share with your prospect the benefits of solar and help to assist you in closing a deal that you and their household will benefit from. You can simply refer solar customers and earn up to 50% of the commission. You can become a builder, mentor, close sales for other consultants, and earn up to 50% of the commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the positioning of this company is not only on time, but it's in time. And for an investment under $200, you can turn that investment into a multiple six-figure, possibly seven-figure powerhouse for yourself, your family, and all those that you position in front of this information, and they say yes. You don't want to sell solar? That's fine. You can build a team and earn commissions from the solar that they sell. Again, Mr. Bean is going to share more with you about how you can do that in just a few moments. So we have a 25-year production guarantee. It's the best in the industry. We're the only company that guarantees the installation and the energy that the power systems will be producing. We're not going to give you information that we're not going to stick and stand by. So the power is guaranteed. There's a return to you and your family if you lose anything. And of course, again, it's a guaranteed production. So you and your family will be taken good care of with our product and our service. So let me ask you a question. What do you see here? I see a bunch of naked roofs. I said that on yesterday when I presented to a group, a bunch of naked roofs that need to be clothed with solar. Ladies and gentlemen, opportunity is right here. It's right now. And as our other VP, Mr. JC Rangel himself, the VP of all of everything here, and him, the mastermind behind the magic, he says this is not a presentation. It's actually an IQ test. So some of our customer testimonials are as follows. We had a customer in the Cali area, which will all be there in just a few weeks. That customer's bill was $287. We were able to reduce it down to $148. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that does not just include the energy bill, that includes their payment for the panels. Not only are you saving money, but you're cushioning yourself for the future and to eliminate the probability of inflation and to get off that dirty, dirty grid. Again, the solar cells presentation is not a presentation, as Mr. Rangel would say. It is a IQ test. Again, the income that we shared with you earlier is based on your efforts, not ours. So the commission on this particular transaction was $6,400. The mentor received $3,200 and the mentee received $3,200 as well. Another testimonial from Florida. I lived there for quite some time. It was $410 a month before solar, $290 after solar. Ladies and gentlemen, it makes sense. It's easy, it's simple, it's solar, and it makes absolute sense to be able to position you and your family to go from renting your energy to owning your energy. The commission on here was $8,200. The mentor earned $4,100 and the mentee earned $4,100 as well. I don't know about you, but adding an additional $4,100 to my income just makes me feel happy. It gives me a warm and fuzzy inside. My man, Zig Ziglar, said before he actually shifted to his heavenly places, he said that having money is like having oxygen. It just makes you breathe a whole lot better. Energy costs over time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can literally recall to memory the first time you paid an energy bill versus the bill you paid last month, it makes you want to holler and throw up both your hands. The amount of money that we have to pay for energy is absolutely outlandish and outrageous, and all of the other fees attached to it are just ridiculous. Prior to coming into this business, I had no knowledge of the fact of all the different things that we're charged for that literally have absolutely nothing to do with energy whatsoever. So the great thing about solar is you can lock in your energy costs. You're not going to be coming out of pocket initially, and you'll be able to take advantage of the credits with the government up to 30%, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, listen, this young man here, this dapper young man who was suited and booted with his glasses on, mine aren't exactly the same, but they still sharp nonetheless. He said the energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. And ladies and gentlemen, if you wouldn't trade your wallet for his, listen, you listen to people like Warren Buffett because he not only knows what he's talking about, he puts his money where his mouth is. So ladies and gentlemen, if you don't do anything else, you are now officially educated on what solar energy can do for you and your family. So without further ado, I have to yield the mic to the man of the hour, the magic behind the mystery, the man that has helped my family without me crying because my makeup is popping on tonight. I will not shed a tear, but I appreciate him and his wife always being there to support my family. He didn't make any dime off of my efforts, but he and his wife wanted to see me win in everything that I touched. And because of that, I've been able to build legacy for myself and my family that will live literally long after I do. So with that being said, I want to introduce to you a military veteran who has served our nation. Salute to you on that, sir. A family man, a believer, and the man that has introduced me and my family to this fantastic opportunity, the VP of Business Development himself, Mr. Samuel Bean. Mr. Bean, you're muted, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Take it away.
I got so excited about the presentation, I just started talking. I'm just saying, I mean, I would say A Star is Born, but I think you got around here, what, 25, 26 years ago when they gave birth to you. But either way, guys, to say that that was excellent or outstanding or whatever you want to say, again, it's just sheer hyperbole. That's probably one of the best first half presentations I've ever seen. And so I'm glad that you joined me tonight and it was able to give people a really good, crisp and clean overview of what we have our hands on, all of the verticals that we have, and and again how timely it is for them to watch this presentation and put themselves in business with us. And so when you talk about Warren Buffett, guys, this is again a guy I personally, would definitely trade bank accounts with. That's why I tell people I don't take advice from people who I wouldn't trade places with. And so this guy, if he says something, people listen. And he's a guy I respect because he puts his money where his advice is, right? And so not only did he say energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history, he also invested $10 billion in clean energy with it, okay? And so talk about money. We get paid 7 different ways. The company is extremely generous, and they're just finding more and more ways to pay us, okay? But for the sake of time tonight, I'm not going to go over every way we get paid, but I do want to make sure that we understand a couple things out the gate. Again, one, I'm not a network marketer, guys. I'm a businessman that made millions of dollars using network marketing, real estate, and investing. Okay, this is not a network marketing company, guys. This is for people who want to know what type of business this is. This is a multi-sided platform that has a direct sales component and has a subscription-based component in it. And guys, all they do is put people in a position where they can make money with or without recruiting and with sales or with leadership. Okay. And so when you look at one of the reasons why I chose this company to come out of retirement within is because I see something and I saw something then, and it's even more clear now that a person can have a full-time job and do what they do for a living or do what they love for a living. And they can come in and do one deal a month and make $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month in just one deal. Guys, think about how powerful that is. Think about a person who has 1, 2, 3, or 4 kids, okay, one husband or one wife, and they are already putting 8 to 10 hours a day, on a primary job or career. And then the ends are not meeting and things are tight. And then all of a sudden that person has to go and add a 20 to 30 hour part-time job. It's only going to pay them $1,500 to $3,000 a month for all of that extra time that they're investing, in somebody else's dream, in somebody else's company. Okay. And so for me, being able to offer a platform that puts a person in a position where they can make a 6-figure annual income on a very part-time basis by doing 1 or 2 deals a month, guys, this is a no-brainer. It's something that I had to bring to the populace. So when you look at virtual, sales, again, like Coffee said, you have people who would prefer to go door knocking, but that's a very small percentage. I not being one of them, right? I prefer, again, doing it over the phone. I prefer doing it, behind the computer. I prefer going to events like Angel Trent and meeting people and talking about solar. There's a lot of different ways for you to actually get this product and our services out there. Okay. And then at the same time, you're going to see that there are going to be people who are used to building sales forces, people who are used to having brokerages where they have agents, and they're going to love the fact that they can bring on people, recruit people and build a sales force. And then you have entrepreneurs, people who understand subscription-based businesses and residual income. And so I want to make sure you understand, guys, we got something for everybody. So regardless of why you're here today, why you logged in today with us, you will be able to see the potential, of what this can do for you in the way that you want it done. Okay. And so again, I'm going to start off with YOE, your own efforts. I'm going to start off with you, basically, that person who just wants a part-time career or a full-time career in sales, and you don't care anything about recruiting anybody. You just want to make money and be left alone. Perfect. Company said for people like yourself, okay, we will pay you 70% of the commission on your personal sales of every deal. Okay. And so out of that 70%, you're going to split that 70% with someone who helps you close the deal. Okay. Now, when you close the deal on your own, you'll get the whole 70%. So I just want to make sure we put that disclaimer out there. Now, let's use this example, and I'm going to use these numbers throughout the whole entire latter part of this presentation, just so we can keep it round numbers wise. So $10,000 commission on the deal. 70% of that is $7,000, right? And so when you look at that's $7,000, it's going to be split up between you and the mentor. Now I want to explain both duties real quick here. When you look at the person who is bringing the deal to the table as a salesperson, right? you're going to be responsible for three things. One, you're going to be responsible for piquing a person's interest and basically sharing the benefits of solar with them. Two, you're going to get that person's bill, and you're going to, three, submit that bill to the mentor, the person who's on the other side of the transaction, who's going to now pick the ball up and run with it. So stop, pause. Your job, one, two, three. That's how simple it is for you to put a $3, $5, $10,000 check in your pocket, right? For that simple, series of things that you have to do, right? Now, the mentor on the other side, now that person who is going to take that appointment, that person is going to give a mini presentation to educate your actual client. They're going to answer any questions at that time. They will have already designed the layout of the solar panels on the house. That's why you got the bill, got the address. They will already have designed a savings plan for them. Again, that's why they got the last 12 months off the bill as well. And then they're going to go over things like 30% tax break if they qualify for it. They're going to go over other things like the how it affects the property value and anything else that person needs to know. And then once that person is fully educated and they're led to making a buying decision, that deal closes. Both of you guys get paid. Okay. Now, to become a mentor, this is one of the most desirable positions in the company, right? Because again, this is where now, instead of you having to bring the deals to the table, the deals are now coming to you, right? So becoming a mentor, you bring 3 deals to the table, and you're gonna actually do those deals with a mentor. You're gonna do them with the mentor, regardless of your experience in other companies, because we want to make sure that you do them the way that we have it lined out. Okay. And so while you're learning that process, you're going through that process. After those 3 deals, you now do 5 on your own. When you do those 5 on your own, what ends up happening is now you're going to get 100% of that commission. You can you can bring bills to the table and you can close them on your own. But once you've done 5, you take a company certification in-house, right? And once you pass it, now we'll alert Freedom Forever and Encore Solar, and we let them know that we're making you a mentor. We put your name in lights. People click on that drop-down box and they see your name and your state and everything else about you. They can choose you, okay, and have you close deals on their behalf. That's why, again, people want to become mentors, because now you have the most organic and the most powerful leads that there are out there, right? We have a gentleman, who's in Atlanta, Georgia, by the name of Jabari Seidler, who did 28 deals in the month of April. 6-figure situation, 6-figure month, guys, just on people bringing deals to him. Okay. And so again, that's mentors. So salesperson, mentors, YOE, your own efforts. That's a sales career for anyone who wants to make a 6-figure income without recruiting. Okay. So now here's an example though, for mentor sales. Now, when you become a mentor, you have other people who want mentorship. They want to be a mentor as well. So they have to bring 3 deals to the table, just like you did, right? So 4 people bring 3 deals to the table. That's 12 deals at $3,500 per deal. That's $42,000. That's $500,000 a year. Guys, and keep in mind that most people who are making $500,000 a year in solar, most of them didn't make anywhere, but maybe $50,000 to $75,000 a year prior to solar. So we're talking about a major raise in income. Now, when you look at Zig Ziglar, you'll get what you want in life if you help enough people get what they want, guys. It's something to be said about servitude and service to many, right? And so when you look at, my own personal quote on this situation is, if you put everybody else's family first, your family will never be last. And so it's always about service. And so when you are the founder of the feast, when you're the person that's bringing people to this opportunity, what happens is you now get a chance to override. Okay? It's no different than if I sent an ad to LinkedIn and said I'm looking for real estate agents, right? Okay, if every agent that I bring in my office as a broker, every time they do a deal, guess what? I get an override. If I'm a mortgage brokerage, if I'm a mortgage brokerage, every loan officer that does a deal, guess what? I'm gonna get a point, a half a point. I'm gonna get some kind of override. As when it comes to business, understand this. Most people who understand business know that you can't get rich without other people. Somebody has to be involved, right? And so let's make sure we get over the introducing this to other people thing, right? And so when it comes to you bringing a person onto this platform and they become a solo salesperson, all right, they sell a deal. Guess what you get? As a consultant, you get 20% of what's left. Remember, there were 30% left in that example, basically $3,000. Okay, so now every time someone does a deal, say Coffee brings me on, okay, I do a deal. She's the consultant, I'm a salesperson, she's getting $600. Okay, say I do 5 deals, that's $3,000. Right? Say Coffee brings on Chris McHenry, who just, by the way, just got a big deal today, 10 kilowatt sale today, right? Say Chris does 5 deals. Now that's 10 deals between Chris and I. So now she gets a raise. She goes from 20% to 30%. So now instead of $600, she's getting $900 on each transaction because that's 30% of 3,000 in that example. That's $9,000. So we're talking about extremely part-time money with leverage. Okay. And so once you actually get the ball rolling, guys, once you actually put yourself in a position where you're not only bringing people on and as salespeople and some of them end up doing the same exact thing, guys, guess what? Your sales force will grow, right? And when it does, the more it grows, the higher ranking, in the sales force you get. So you go to director, it's 35%, and executive director, 40%, and national director, 45%. And you can see down into infinity, each one of those positions carries a percentage as well for everyone that your directs bring in. Those last two, executive and national director, guys, they both come with ownership. They both come with profit sharing. They both will allow you to participate in a company-wide pool. So when they put all of those installations in one pool, you and whoever else is in that pool will now evenly divide, the revenue from that 2% pool or that 5% pool. Okay. So again, this is the Salesforce side. So when you have people like Barry Overton out of Denver, Colorado, who is a EXP agent, real estate agent, and broker who has over 100 real estate agents in his network, he came on board because he sees the vision. He already has a network, right? He's already used to recruiting. And guess what? This pairs well with his real estate agent. So even in a slow season, they are now offsetting their losses and slow periods with huge commissions. Okay. And so again, just want to make sure we parallel that with other things. Now, as a manager, all right, say a person has 10 consultants, 4 of those people are direct to you, first level, and 6 are on your team, down in depth, down to infinity. That's $6,300 in overrides for you, right? That's basically $75,000 a year with just that. But you add $7,000 a year, on $7,000 a month on that, that's $13,000 a month. That's $150,000 per year, part-time. 3 times as much money as a person who has a 40, 50-hour work week on a regular job would do. Okay. You double up the work, guys. You go from manager to director, right? You go from $150,000 a year to $250,000 a year. Okay. And so again, when you actually advance and rank, the commissions get bigger. And guess what? That means that people are making money. That's all it means. Yeah. Now, this is where I want you to put your business cap on. And I really want you to really think about what I'm about to say, because if you can wrap your mind around this and you can put yourself in a position where you can have an isolated thought about what I'm about to say, you can really get rich. Like Koff said, but my wife and I, we've had a measurable level of success in 3 different industries. We've made 7 figures in 3 different industries. This will be the 4th, right? And one of the best ways to actually make a lot of money in a short period of time is to eliminate overhead, eliminate responsibilities and liabilities, right? And to be able to build a sales force without actually having to pay them. Okay? Think about this for a second. When you look at a traditional solar company, right? A solar company, a person's opening the doors at about 100,000 to 250,000 walking in. And all of those things that you see there, from the relationship with the installers, all the way back around to accounting and sales and everything else in between, it's going to cost you about $15,000, $25,000 on the bottom end to just run it, sustain it. We're not even talking about scaling it and expanding it. Okay. And when you look at what we do, guys, we get 100% of the same exact thing. Chris Mack gets the same exact thing, but he got it for $200. Okay. I get the same exact thing. I get it for $200. Coffee, she gets the same exact thing as these companies, these traditional brick and mortar companies get for $200, and she's a click and order business. Okay. See that we don't have the geographical limitations that they have. We don't have the liabilities, responsibilities, and we don't have to worry about the ad campaigns where some of these big companies pay millions of dollars for ad spend. So again, we're making the top dollar, okay, with the lowest financial output out there. And so this is big business at its finest. This is where you actually have to evolve with technology, or you'll get left behind. And keep in mind, guys, the financial world is not going to slow up so you can catch up. Okay. And so when you get started, it's very, very simple. Okay. I want to make sure, because this part of here is where you see how the career people, how the salespeople get started as consultants. Sales consultants, basically, you go out there and you open up your position, right? Same as you would do at another type of brokerage, real estate brokerage, fees, desk fees, all that stuff there. Here it's only $149. Okay. Upkeep, maintenance, support, and everything else. The cost to do business after that is $49 a month. Right. And let's just say, again, you don't want to recruit anybody because that's optional. Let's say you accidentally recruit 4 people because people who you sold systems to, they needed some extra money, or they saw the opportunity and they wanted to get started. 4 of those people will make your $49 go away. Hey, but that's not a big deal to any of you big ballers out there. Now, as a business builder or a person who wants to build a sales force, okay, these are the individuals who are going to get to participate in what we call subscriptions and residual income. And they're going to also get access to all the perks and benefits, guys, that the company offers, all of our business builders. Okay. So you get the same exact thing as a consultant, but you get it on steroids here. So when you look at the Smart Money Club, guys, this membership is one of the most valuable memberships in the world of business. Okay. When you look at all of these are all the things that people don't want you to know unless you're paying them, to learn about it. Right. We will talk about high ticket sales. Remember, this is not a high ticket sales company as you see, where you got $200, $500 products. You got high ticket sales categories that billionaires are investing in right now. So when you look at all these things that you see on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, these people selling all of these high ticket, programs, and they're selling you everything that we have here. They're selling it to you for $200, $500, okay, or a weekend for $2,000 or $5,000. Same information that you can find on the internet. Okay, we're giving you this, guys. This is a part of your business builder membership, because we know you're going to make money if you apply yourself. Like Carver said, we can't promise you that you're going to make any money, but I can promise you this. You go out there and put in the work, something has to happen. And when you make that money, this stuff that you see right here in front of you is going to make sure you're able to sustain it, grow it, diversify it, right? And then build a legacy around it. Right? So very valuable. Another one of the perks and benefits that come with the Business Builders Pack is our rewards and savings. Guys, this right here, for those of you who like to eat, all my foodies out there, like me, I was amazed to know that, guys, there are steakhouse, there's Ruth's Chris, Texas de Brazil, all kind of steakhouses here, but if you want to go fast food, boom, and you're running, they have 50,000 restaurants out there for you. Yeah, 150,000 retailers for people who like to shop. Okay, for all you guys who like to go to the movies, or for people who are like Kyrie Jana up in New York, where he's out and about with his daughter and she spills something on her t-shirt, and there's an Old Navy right there in the strip, and he goes to his phone and Old Navy has a 30% discount. He walks in and she walks out with a new t-shirt that Pops paid for, got a 30% discount on. Guys, cruises, all kind of bouncy houses, romper room type stuff, all that's in the retail part. And then 850,000 travel locations for people like myself who love to travel. Okay, I travel all the time. And when I look at, I went to the Venetian, I stayed at the Venetian in Vegas back in March, saved $28 a night, saved $31 a night at the Hilton LAX in California about 4 weeks ago when we had our event, right? And so, a lot of people out there traveling. I know Dr. Arlene George, who's here, their people save, I think it was a little bit between $50 to $90, $50 a night, per person, when they were in Jamaica. So, guys, this is here, guys. We have a really amazing rewards program and smart money program for you guys. But that membership, guys, that you have as a business builder is what puts us in a position where we can pay you residual income. Okay? And so when you talk about the way business is being done today, we're not talking about yesterday when your father was building a business. We're not talking about 2 generations ago when your grandfather was building a business. Okay? We're talking about now. Okay? We're talking about companies that are out there building subscription-based corporations, companies like Netflix, who has a little bit over 239, million, okay, subscribers. Okay, the company like Spotify that has over 239 million subscribers. Okay, and then you have companies like Amazon. Think about it for a second, guys. How many of you guys have an Amazon Prime membership? Okay, just put a 1 in the chat. If you have an Amazon Prime membership, just put a 1 in the chat for me real quick. Entertain me, right? I know I have one. I know my wife have one, and we're in the same house, right? And y'all think I'd be joking when she says, "Hey, go ahead and cancel yours. We only need one." I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do with your membership, and I don't want to have to come find you every time I want to buy something. So you cancel yours. But Amazon, Jeff Bezos, right? This guy he overrides over 200 million Amazon Prime memberships, and guess what? He still gets paid on everything else that the company sells. So guess what, guys? When you are a person who elects to build a sales force, right? You now can participate in the residual income, the subscription-based portion of our compensation plan on top of overriding everything else your sales force sells. So when I got started here, the first thing I saw was $250,000 per month. And I said, and the way this looks, I can do this in 18 months, no more than 24. But by the time I do this, I'll probably be at $250,000 a month in solar overrides as well. And God knows what I'll be in with water and security. So again, for me, it was a no-brainer. So when you actually think about this for a second, guys, let's say some of you guys, maybe you have a mortgage or something, and mortgage $2,500, and you have 2 cars, and both the cars together about $1,500 a month, right? Still have your job, still working 40 hours a week, but now you're making $4,000 a month at building 4,000. So think about you and your spouse not having to actually pay the mortgage, but your business is paying it for you. Now you can take that money, right, and you can save it, you can invest it, you can do a lot of different things that you couldn't do at first because you couldn't afford to because you live in check to check. But now because you have residual income, you have options. I love the fact that a person like Angel Trent, who's at Builder 1,000 right now. Angel is, when I say a sneeze away from Builder 2,000, and she's never ever built anything big in her life when it came to network marketing. Guys, she's about to be at Builder 2,000, and she's only been with us for about 6 months. So in 6 months, she's built a $24,000 per year residual income, whether she does anything else after that. And so again, it's not about the 250,000. It could be about the $2,000 a month would change somebody's life. As a matter of fact, I was doing a presentation in Houston. I asked a lady, what would $2,000 extra per month, change for you? She said it changed my zip code. Another lady said, shoot, it would change my husband. And so I don't know what it would change for you, but Bill right now is changing people's lives, guys. And for $199 down, $99 a month, you'll be in business for yourself, not by yourself. You'll have access to everything you see there in our ecosystem, our Home Essentials ecosystem here, as Mrs. Michelle Tran likes to say. And but you also get access to some of the industry's best leaders when it comes to solar, alkaline water, and security, but most importantly, leadership. So get back with the person, ladies and gentlemen, that invited you out. Let them know, one, thank you for doing that. And two, go ahead and let them know you want to go ahead and get started as a business builder so you can get your business off the ground and we can get the help of you. So on behalf of my partner, Coffee, Brown, and myself, we appreciate each and every last one of you guys investing time here with us today. We don't take that for granted. You could have been here anywhere but here with us, and we appreciate you. So take care, guys.
Great job, guys. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Great
much.
job.
All right.
Recording